Hey everybody, welcome back to the Jankyard. I'm your host, The Treatment, and tonight we have got another special live match for you guys. We have the Legendary Knockout Arena Finals for the month of June between Fred and ebfritz. So I'm going to get the game up and we'll hop right in because our players are ready. Let me just make sure that I've actually got my Firefox open. All right, let's get over there and let them know we are good to go. Sweet. All right, and if you're jumping in, let me know that you're here. It's always good to know that I've got people watching, bounce ideas off of. Ooh, okay. Did not expect that, but I'm liking it. We've got Fred on Ramia and ebfritz on Demona. I have an idea based off of previous discussions and seeing some of these decks, what they're kind of doing. Fred has been running sort of a revamped version of a very old, like early Ashes Ramia deck that makes use of Purge and Ramia's ability to target and knock out the important cards of your opponent's deck. And for ebfritz here, we have a Demona, which is sort of the new hot stuff because of Divinity Mount, and ebfritz tends to play very aggressive decks, either swarm or just sort of hard hitting decks, and I'm guessing that Divinity Mount is going to come into play probably round one, and then it could be anything. These colors could be Huntmaster, could be Raptor Herders, could be Paladin, could be Old Salts. There's so many options, so it's kind of tough to pick. So it'll be interesting to see how Fred first fives against something that will presumably be very aggressive and perhaps a little wider than Ramia is tends to do. So we've got Orchid Dove coming down, which does reinforce the whole sort of mill control plan. In these colors, I'm guessing that he has Neil, but he's probably not starting it, and he might have Gates and maybe Abundance. So it could be something like Orchid, Purge, Gates, Abundance. Oh, Ash Spirit, right? I forgot. There's the time die there for that. So, it'll be interesting to see how this matchup fares. And given that we know Ramia is changing in Shadow Wreck, the next Red Brain set, this is the last time that this type of deck will likely really work and really sing. So it's going to be an interesting one. So we've got Fritz playing a Lightbringer. This is sort of the tempo play and plays into his aggressiveness. And then we've got a Fire Archer for some burns. So that's the other thing is Demona now with the Dragon Mount tends to be 13 life. If she just loses one, that immediately puts her down to 13, and it's very hard to keep that thing alive indefinitely. So I imagine that he's packing sort of a lot of burn in the rest of the deck, some Final Cries, some Sympathy Pains, maybe a Molten. It's only on 2 nature, but it is totally possible. And Fred, we're seeing, plays Law of Fear, a card that is very good, but has not seen a lot of play in the last several months. It can really shut down decks. I think, honestly, if you're talking about players to shut down, Law of Fear is the type of card you would pick if you were purposely building against Fritz, because it's any type of swarm deck or aggro deck, this shuts down almost completely at least round 1. Really gives you time to set up. He's got 2 more cards, so we're going to see an Abundance, and I have to assume it's going to be a Gates because he's only got the 2 books. It could be Ancestral Army, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're hoping that whatever you draw and filter off of the army and the abundance is good enough. So it could be that. Hey, Charlotte superfan. We're just looking at what's going on in this super exciting finals. So we've got Glory coming down on the side of Fritz, which, you know, is sort of a classic play because you can met up for free. It's an easy swing, it's an easy exhaust, it's an easy mount target. And he is moving Light Swordsman, another sort of classic combo play with Glory. And he's still got a lot of options. So we know that there's definitely 2 Divine Dice that are now being occupied, which means he's probably not playing, or he can't play a Paladin. But I would assume maybe still Huntmaster Old Salt is a possibility. And Fred is using the early abundance draw to look at his options. So this is I think that Law of Fear has really slowed down the game exactly what Fred would want, because you can't really swing the Fire Archer and Glory to do anything. You can get, of course, an exhausted unit for the purpose of mounting, but it is not advancing your win condition. It also helps that there is such a large life differential between Ramia and Demona in this match, and that is probably going to be an issue. Now, the advantage that Demona has is she is harder to mill. Now, that's assuming, of course, that she gets her mounts down. It's assuming that she is running Shepherd of Lost Souls and potentially not Empyrean Mount, Rayward Knight, but you never know. So the Lightbringer exhausts the Dove. Nothing's currently going to kill that Dove, so you don't really care too much, but it gets it out of the way. And Fred is now taking a look at Fritz's deck, seeing what he wants to get rid of. So this is this is a different matchup than we typically cover, which is nice. Man, I am surprised that I got home in time. I swear I hit every single red light. Ooh, still trying to calm down. Right. Light Swordsman's coming in. Maybe takes a swing. Like, you're going to get the Dove, or you just take a point of damage. I don't think taking the point of damage there is really the right play. I'd get rid of the Dove, because that thing just becomes more irritating next round. And right now can't do its thing. I don't know. To me, I would have just taken out the Dove. Lai Chun Yin, hello. I hope I pronounced that right. I believe you are one of our newer subscribers. I think I saw a comment from you the other day, if I'm not mistaken. So welcome to the channel. Glad to have you. Don't know if you're in the Discord, but if you are, let us know what your name is. And if you're not, you should join our Discord community, because it is great. We talk about ashes, goof around. It's a good place. It's very welcoming. And yeah. You'll find out. Oh, really? Alfred? Man, everyone's got multiple accounts, I swear. Divinity Mount will take care of the Dove. You are right, Carl. That is true. It will take care of the Dove. How did I forget? You don't have to write it twice, though, Carl. Go watch your college football, okay? Ash Spirit is coming down. That is yet another source of draw. You would think that we're playing a first 10 in this game. This is completely wild. Both players now have drawn a lot of cards, both between the Glory and the Ash Spirit and the Abundance. So, Alfred, did I say it right? Is it Lai Chun Yin? You let me know. It's not like you're in text. How are you going to tell me it's... Yeah, so this is interesting. There's a lot of options of what could be in their hands. Stephanos, that was the original pilot. It was before my time, but I know that this is sort of a riff on the Stephanos deck. So we have Fritz meditating a Molten Gold. That means that was put there by Fred intentionally. Here comes the Huntmaster that we suspected, and we're still potentially assuming it's going to be a mount play. Don't know what else the Divine Die would be for. Could just be a buff. Could have drawn into another Light Swordsman. Maybe he's got a Piercing Light deck. Who knows? Lots of options. Anyway, it's good to have you, Alfred. Good to have you, Carl. Hopefully you guys, well, Carl and Charlotte, hopefully you guys have had a great Independence Day. And Alfred, just hope you're having a good day. Play some Ashes. Get out there. Don't work too hard. All right. So, Fred is thinking. Thinking. What is he going to do? He can't put down Ancestor Spirits right now. Be all clogged up. Won't fit. So, and he doesn't have the illusion meted up. So maybe it isn't a Gates play. Could be a Beast Tamer with the 2 nature die. That's another sort of really good control unit. And that would, I think that would put some good pressure. He has Generosity. Okay. Interesting. So he's going to choose to draw 3. And then the question is, Demona going to just remove the exhaustion from the Lightbringer? Oh, he removes Abundance. Interesting. Fritz chooses to take the heal. Fred wins that choice every single time. That was nice. Clever and nice. 2 more cards are going to be coming up. All right. So, Huntmaster buffs Fire Archer, swings at that sheep. 1 damage done. 1 more to go. Hey, Brian joined as a spectator. Brian, you gotta join in the stream. Don't just join the game. You gotta hear what's up. All right, Fred's look. There's gonna be a lot of looking at cards here. That is Ramia's specialty. Oh, and I've done it again. I've angered the Dijon God with my very large or small font. Sorry. Let's fix this. It should be better. All right, everyone can see a little bit better. Yes, good. On we go. All right. Panther Spirit swings at the Ash Spirit. Does it go boom? I don't see why Fred would guard this, but you never know. I mean, good for the sake of it. There's nothing else right now other than the Huntmaster that can take it out. But then the Divinity Mount comes down, blows everything up anyway. So, really, what are we saving here? Nothing. Nada. But Fred is thinking. Fred thought long and hard. He wants to guard. Takes another point. We're evening up those life totals very quickly. All right. Ooh, he got a nice draw. He got the dove. Second dove book is good. Third is better. Third is endgame material. And once again, we're looking at the deck. I find the thing with Ramia is I can't remember what I literally just saw and put back down. So I'm checking every single time, and that's like, oh yeah, I was supposed to do something else with my side action. So that's how I always get tripped up. Now, Fritz has got top of round. He's currently on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 swing. If he can clear this off with the Divinity Mount. So that's a big swing. And then of course he can mount either of those allies. Huntmaster, ooh, really wants, okay, that was an interesting choice. Swung the Huntmaster at the sheep. If he has Divinity Mount, I don't know why he did that. because divinity pings 3, so you'd ping dove dove sheep. That seems odd. Tell me if I'm wrong, but that seems like an odd choice. So we're assuming, of course, that there's 2 dice for the mount and then 1 die for the divinity mount. Yeah, that seemed like odd timing to me. I don't know. Carl, we need to do another Schmoda Pro episode so I know if I'm wrong in that assessment or if I'm right. And I'm just failing for other reasons. Alrighty. So we've got very little in the bin. And we've got a lot of cards in hand. And very little damage. Here we go. Spicy control action. Maybe not. You'd think with 6 cards he might should have even drawn into a divinity mount, but who knows? Maybe he's just got another fire archer. You know, that could be an option. Or he mounted the fire archer. Maybe he got nothing. He's gonna blow up, or swing the Imperium mount at something, and then throw the fire archer back down. Who knows? Hey, Brian, glad you could join the hot show here. Oh, God. All the Fritzes are joining. The Fritz clan has shown up in support of EB. Charlotte, sometimes people goof. Yeah. I know how you know this. I know this. Goof a lot. Lots and lots of times. But you know what? You just gotta keep practicing. Get back on the horse. So Fred has passed, and he's got 2 doves down. He's got 3 dice unspent. This is all very curious. Divinity Mount it is. So that play seems even odder in retrospect. Definitely goofed. He's gonna take 4 more to the face. Unless, of course, a Beast Tamer or something comes down. No, because then Imperium Mount takes. He's still taking damage, but you know what? I would have liked to see Tamer. Tamer would have been cool. Tamer would have easily handled the mount, but you know, such is life. All right, here we go. Is he swinging 1? Is he swinging 2? Camera 1, camera 2. Yeah, he definitely gave up damage. I don't know. This is all over the place. But you know what? We're not in the finals. These guys are. So, what do we know? I haven't made it past round 1. Keep getting matched up against Burn, and then when I plan to play against Burn, I get matched up against Aggro, and it all falls to pieces. So, swinging for 4 damage. He's brought it down to 13. Now they are technically even on life. As long as Fred has some way of getting rid of this Divinity Mount in 3 dice, or at least next round, because he's facing what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, could be game with Molten. Yeah, but 7. You have 7, and you had the mount. It didn't make any sense, Carl. It's Battlefield 7. It was unnecessary. But this is basically, this could nearly be game if Fred doesn't have anything, because he's going to lose turn 2, basically, if there's another Molten, or even if there's a Final Cry, or, well, that's the Fire Archer. What do we got here? Yeah, there's a lot of burn wins. Okay. Plays Neil. Okay. Am I missing something here? Why did he do that? Safeguard. There it is. Did he just need the main? That was really weird. Guys, what am I missing? Yeah, it's a dummy main. Yeah. I am surprised though, like, why not? Hmm. He could have played the Neil earlier if he, I mean, maybe he had no other main actions, no books to play or whatever. Um, but he could have played it earlier to not take 2 more damage. I don't know. It did save 10 damage if he drew into the other Neil. If he has it, that's amazing. If he doesn't have it and it was just a desperate action, then who knows? But anytime someone plays Neil, they have 3 Neils and they always draw it, right? That's how it works. That's how luck works. Play Neil and win. Here we go. Let's see it. Is he gonna do the full swing? Or no, you can't do a full swing. Is he gonna swing like Glory so that he can mount it? Because you could do that. Prepare the mount. Okay. Well, there you go. He just passes, accepts his fate. Demona is now potentially could mount Glory, could mount Light Swordsman. Who knows? Could mount anything. But Fred has got a sigh of relief here. He's not doing a great job chewing through the deck, though. So far, there is only 4 in the discard. Both players have 17. He's facing down a mountain of units. And I don't know if he's packed any removal. Something like Rile the Meek or, I don't know, Fork Lightning with that Divine. Yeah, if you're Fritz having only one Neil to concern yourself with, that is nice. Very true. It does make sense. I'm curious if that's what he actually thought. If he was actually thinking about the Neil and keeping a space open. I'd be surprised if this deck doesn't have any self sack. But if you're just playing aggro, maybe you don't think you need it. Here comes another mount. So let's see. Is he gonna met up the frog die? No. You always mount a frog die. Always met it up. Ping and swing, baby. Ping and swing. Where are the other Fritzes? Are they just watching the game without commentary? We need Papa Fritz and Fritz number 2 in here. I like to see Adrenaline Rush in this deck. That's another way of getting around Neil. Nobody uses Adrenaline Rush anymore, but there you go. Great way of using Divinity Mount twice. Swing and wipe. I like it. It's a good one. Be cool if you drew into it this round. That would be a fun play. Unless he's got the plan of sacking it, like swinging it at the Ash Spirit, then getting it back, then swinging it again. Right? That would be my assumption. Use the Empyrean Mount to get it out of the way. Yeah. mean, he could also just have like a Nature's Wrath, right? Could have a Wrath, clear his own board, clear, lose a couple cards, but whatever, and then it's go time. That is always an option. So we're seeing Fred play another Dove. By the way, it just seems, I don't know, maybe it's because this is how you play, but it seems more natural to me to commentate as if I'm the person on the bottom, like whoever's playing on the bottom, because it's sort of your point of view. But if we're talking about what Fred can do here, um, oh, yes, adrenaline rush. We called it. Amazing. I love it. That is great. You gotta love that. That is sweet. Woo! Big damage. That was cool. I love it. Very cool. Neat to see that there's a heal in Fritzy's deck. Um, Basically, countering either the life that you would lose from Divinity Mount or healing the Divinity Mount to keep it from losing health. Like I like that. That's a really smart addition to this type of deck. I think heal in this type of deck is really smart. I like this deck. I'm gonna see if I can copy it later. Very cool. All right. So what's Fred gonna do now? He is suffering. Does he have another generosity? Get him a couple points of life. Does he have the third Orchid Dove book? I mean, who knows what Fritz has? He's still got one space left. Could have just another Fire Archer. Maybe he's got. He hasn't meditated for Sympathy Pain because Fred's never going to swing. So what does he have? That is the question. Ash Spirit, okay, comes down. I don't think you want to play the Lightbringer here. Can you do something better? That's the question. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously natural to play against the prison puzzle, but I think if Fred was on the bottom, I'd be thinking, okay, how do I survive this onslaught of units and burn and aggro? So for me, it's just point of view. Alrighty, we've got meditate, take to the skies away, and the Lightbringer is going to come down and bring the sheep out of position. So he's going to at least get, let's assume 2 damage. He's gonna bring the Ash Spirit out of play. He's gonna Divine Buff the Lightbringer, punch 2 more in. Then he either already drew into Molten Gold or he's hoping to draw into Molten. Like you could just flush 5 cards, draw 5 new ones, hope you get what you need, and boom, done. Yeah, I could see that. Snake and HK with Snake and H. Oh, okay. You're like Hammer Knight specifically. This is what you're talking about. Yeah. All right. Fred is saying he's forgot a lot of things here. So, did not divine buff. Okay. But he did meditate up the frog die. What's he going to do with that? Is he going to self ping and then swing something else? I don't know. Play another unit. He's got a lot of options. A second abundance comes down. Unfortunately, that is not really getting Fred any closer to his end game. I mean, he's far off doing any damage. So he's in a bit of a pickle here. He needs the third Dove book. He needs, well, he can't play a third Abundance right now. He needs like a Beast Tamer. He hopefully drew a Kneel, the last Kneel, for next top of round. That would be really good for him. And even another Ash Spirit book would be good. Like he's just got to get a wall up. He's got a purge. Finally, the purge comes into play. Here we go. Keep shoving those good cards to the bottom and purge off anything you can't deal with. Holy Knight. Oh, yes. Carl, you're Favorite Jessa Holy Knight deck. That thing is a pain. How many people have beaten that deck? Just out of curiosity. I beat it once, but I feel like I got lucky with the matchup there. That is quite the deck. All right. So Fred is looking through, looking through. Is he going to purge? That's the question. Fritz uses Frog to ping off his own Lightbringer. So if he has another Light Swordsman, that's 2 more damage. Because Fred's got nothing. And then he basically wins off of any combination of things. Oh, you know what would be a sick play? Lightbringer, swing, get him down to 2, Bloodchains the Divinity Mount, Sympathy Pain. Does that work? That would be really cool. That would be an amazing finish. Okay, Light Swordsman. Step 1 complete. Swinging for 2. Gets him down to 2. Step 2 complete. If next is Self-Sack and Sympathy Pain, I'm really loving it. Oh, we forgot the redirect. Boo. Damn, I thought that was going to be a really cool game ender. Can't self damage for Sympathy Pain anymore. What? As a result of. Oh, an opponent controls. Right. Darn. Well, it would have been cool anyway. You know what would be next level thinking? Is if he meditated up the sympathy die so that when Fred uses visions and he puts something that he wants to get rid of on the top of the deck, then Fritz is like, nope, draw, and gets whatever that good card is. That would be cool. Yeah, no, Fred, Alfred, sorry, you can't do it. It says right there. Oh wait, it's beneath my face. As a result of an opponent attack, blah 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 blah. Yeah. So Fritz passes. There's nothing left he can do. Apparently, that last die is not a method of self-sack or otherwise. No cool shenanigans left. So what does Fred do? Does he have the spirit book? What is he doing? Generosity. He's got it. Gotta use it to heal. You have no choice now. Stay out of death range. K4 3 LS3 else? What? Am I not speaking? What are you saying, Alfred? All right. So Fred took the wounds. Fritz draws 3, and then we got more abundance playing. He really needs those outs. Fred needs that kneel. And then he's still got to be able to deal with the Empyrean mount that will likely mount the Glory. And then also still do 16 damage. And Med 5 still. There's a lot to do. Fred's list of to-dos is very long for this win, but it is not impossible. A prison player always believes. You gotta believe. Oh wait, K4. Oh, you were saying or else, and your fingers were 1 row too high. I got it. Your fingers were 1 row too high. That was like a little. That's like a. Hey, speaking of Independence Day, that's like National Treasure. That would be like Nicolas Cage looking and be like, what's this cipher mean? It's like, and then his little nerd friend is like, wait a second, I recognize these things. If you take a QWERTY keyboard and you shift your fingers up 1 row, then you get K4 3LS3 or else, right? That would be something that Nicolas Cage would do in his movies. Right. Fritz is drawing 2 cards, and then he's just going to pass again. And, well, I don't know what Fred's going to do with one die, but he still could play a book, like a second Ash Spirit book. Maybe he got a Dove book. Who knows? But if those 5 cards are not the win condition, get rid of them. Uses another generosity? Oh, he's healing back up. The game is still on. And now Fritz's deck is empty. He's got all his conditions, his win conditions in hand. Oof. that is something. That's something. Back up to 8. It looked like it was completely game over. He's going to have him down at 2 life. All you need is some redirects and some generosities. There you go. And abundance is back online. This is great. Hopefully you at least drew the other Dove book. You got, or the abundance, and then you can't play it this round, but whatever. You gotta get the Neil. If you don't have a Neil and there's 8 cards left, woof, you are SOL. All right. So we're definitely now gonna pass. There's a guy we have to pass, right? Unless he drew more books, we gotta pass. 2 of his books costs. Let's go. Come on, Fred. Looking at the top. 3. Why? What? Was that just for kicks, or did he not remember that there's nothing in the pile? All right, here it goes. If this is not Neil, I think that's game. Because Empyrean takes out, let's say, the Ash Spirit. It's the only 2 lifer. And then you're still facing 1, 2, 5, another 6, 8, 10, 11 damage. Yeah. Oh, he got it. We're still in this game. It's going. Prison. Oh, man. I mean, he made it to the finals for a reason. Nobody expects the prison. Oh, and this roll is probably the nail in the coffin. I mean, Fred did roll poorly, but he's got a ton of cards, so who knows? And Fritz did not roll great either, but he's got all the cards, so he doesn't care. What's he got? Is it going to be like just molten gold off the top? Meditating sympathy, meditating ceremonial, meditating just the 2. Okay. All right. Final. It's got to be final cry, right? It's got to be something to sack. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Oh, no, he's going to mount first. And then that's 3 damage. Final cry is 5. And then molten gold. Right? Is that a reasonable plan? Reasonable play? Fred has no Neils. He's got potentially 2 more safeguards if he's playing like the real prisony deck. And he's got 4 damage on Fritz, which will trigger a sympathy pain. So that's a lot of damage. It's 4, that's 7. And if he self-sacks and can play a Fire Archer, or just recur a Fire Archer, that is game. Yeah. Abundance causes sympathy pain. Self-sack with the ceremonial final cry. Oh, it was Adrenaline Rush again! Oh! Oh, it's great. How often do you see 3 Adrenaline Rushes in a deck and get played? No, I think only 2 got played, but still, hype, awesome. What a game! And then as soon as he plays abundance, he loses. He can't beat this unless Fred has heal himself. I mean, he does. It would be impossible to then win at top of round. But is he going to concede, or is he just going to keep going? Go down this train, play out all the books. Yeah, Molten isn't the problem, Fred. There's 1 Sympathy Pain, 2. Yeah, if there's 3 in deck, that's it. He might actually not be playing Final Cry. Who knows? I mean, he does have 11 cards in hand. Anything goes. But yeah. What does he do? Gentleman's concede or play it out? Give him the satisfaction of winning off of something. Use visions to look at the draw pile again. Man, I've never seen Adrenaline Rush look so cool. Oh, he does have heal in hand. Oh, yes. And he didn't meditate. Why? You played a dove and you didn't do anything with your side action. No. You always got to meditate for your heals. Oh. Damn. Yeah, I know. He doesn't have it, but he said he goofed anyway. He goofed. He does have a Call Upon the Realms, but probably doesn't have a second one. Oh boy. How fun. God, that Divinity Mount put in work. Put in some serious work. Who needs burn when you can just keep swinging the dragon? That was really cool. Speaking of, I have not seen House of Dragon Season 2 yet, but that'll probably be on my watch list tonight. I think there's, 2 episodes now? First season was enjoyable if you haven't watched it. I was boycotting the whole thing because of how disastrous Game of Thrones was, but turns out it's a pretty good show. All right, there it is. Fred plays Abundance and Sympathy Pain for the win. GG, congrats to Fritzy, the winner of Legendary Knockout Arena June 2024. I will fix the title of this video afterwards because I said it was July. But the new signup's done, so we will have matches upcoming. Hopefully you guys want to be on stream. Let me know. I'm still hoping that someone in AIL gives me a little bit of a heads up so I can stream one of the top 8 matches. As far as I know, only one of those happened, but it would be nice to see at least a couple of them, and then definitely the finals. So hit me up on Discord. And other than that, this was fun. This was a cool match. Love it. Fred, that was a really cool deck. Nice try. You had a lot of the tricks, but Divinity Mount, don't mess with the dragon. That was a very cool showing from Fritzy, and yeah, it makes me want to play Adrenaline Rush Dragon all day long. So there you have it. Brian, I'm playing AL tomorrow against EB. What's tomorrow? Friday? I think I could probably do it. Usually, like I said, after 8:30, after the kids are in bed, I'm available. I can't do during the workday. So let me know. Anyway, thank you everyone, and yeah, again, congrats to Fritz. Congrats to Fred for making it this far with a really cool prison deck, which we haven't seen in ages. If you're not janky, you're stanky. Frog up, Lion on. We keep forgetting that one. Wolf down. I forget the rest, honestly. We need Killer Cactus back in here. That's my petition. All of you go out and chant Killer Cactus. Make sure he stops working so hard and can join me as a co host. And until then, we'll see ya. Have a good one.